There are 5 things you need to avoid if you are planning to apply for universities in 2026. Let's talk about them. One mistake that I've realized that students often make when they are applying for universities is the notion or the idea that they still have time. Students procrastinate a lot. And one thing that you do not have when you are applying for admissions is time. Every year, people say, I still have time. And before you know it, you see that you are already in the deadline. You need to start to prepare your applications now. Gather your recommendation letter. If you know that professor that you need to get reference from him or her, begin now to contact them. If you want to renew your passport or your passport is not even ready, begin now to get your passport. Universities don't wait. The earlier you apply, the better your chances of getting an admission, moving forward with the visa process, and even the opportunity for you to get a scholarship. And let's not even talk about the own thing that you still need to do. So you see that there are a lot of things that you need to do that you have to start now. Stop procrastinating. I've seen situations whereby students go through the whole admission, they get an admission and they get stuck in the visa process. And when they get stuck in the visa process, the universities, some of the universities are not nice enough to defer your admission. And this is one thing that you also need to find out now. You need to find out from the universities as well if there is possibility for deferment in case if there is any unfortunate situation that arises in your process. So what you want to do is, as you are gathering your documents, reach out to the university that you are applying to, that if there is an unfortunate situation along your visa process, do they have the possibility for deferment? This will allow you to know if the university that you are chasing is one that can allow you to defer your admission in case you do not meet up, or if there are some universities that can allow you to take the first semester online. So this is even one of the best, because some universities will give you the opportunity to take your first semester online because you are unable to meet up with the visa process. This university is very nice. Because they understand the difficulties that is surrounding the visa process. Why some universities will tell you that no, you cannot take studies online, that you have to come into the country to attend. You need to know these two differences from the university that you are applying to. So you see that you do not have time. So start now, because I have seen situations whereby students go through the admission process, they have already gotten an offer letter. But guess what? They got stuck in the visa process and the university does not give them opportunity to take their studies online. So they have to defer the admission, which means that the whole process that they have gone through, the whole money that they've spent on the process is a waste. They have to start again in a new year. So you see why you need to start now, because what? You do not have time. One of the things that I see among students that really annoys me as well is not understanding the requirements of the university they are applying to. Because to be honest, if you're applying for a university, you need to know their A to Z. You need to know what works. Because every university, every country has its own rules. You cannot assume that what worked for your friend in Poland will work for you that is applying to Lithuania or Germany. Every country has its own rules and regulations. So you need to understand if the university that you are applying to take IELTS, or if they take just English proficiency test, or if it's just an interview. Some universities even accept Duolingo certificate of proficiency. So you need to understand which one works for the university that you are applying to. If you do not understand, you visit the university website. A lot of you that I've seen do some kind of things that really gets to me. Like, you pay agents a huge amount of money that these agents do not even understand the full process of what the school is requiring. And you as well, you do not know how to do your due diligence. The primary purpose of this channel is to educate you on how you can do these things yourself. And the most that you will require is consultation, guidelines, and somebody to walk you through the process while you do it yourself. So if you do not understand the university's requirements, you email them directly. Go to their website, you will see official emails. They even have phone numbers where you can call them directly in case you can be able to call them from wherever you are in your own country. So you see that information is not limited. You are the one limiting yourself from getting the information you need to proceed. I was having a conversation with a friend early last year. I could remember vividly. We were talking about his admission process. And he mentioned to me that one of the major challenges that he has now is how to write his motivational letter. I felt his pain because I understand that motivational letter is an important factor in your admission process. You need to know and understand the reason behind the motivational letter, why universities are requesting you to write a motivational letter. Maybe in another video, I will be breaking down the meaning of motivational letter and how you can write a perfect motivational letter. But in this video, I want to educate you that one mistake you need to avoid is writing a generic motivational letter. Because motivational letter is the sole foundation of your intention, how you are able to convince them that you indeed want to come and study in that country and also in that university. So, universities can spot, copy and paste motivational letter. They can spot motivational letters that are not motivating enough. If your motivational letter is about, I am an hardworking person and I love your country and I love your universities, it won't stand out. It's not going to work. You want to make your motivational letter yours. You need to claim it. Talk about your journey. You don't need to mention how many siblings your family have and the problems your family is going through. No, you don't need that in your motivational letter. You need to just talk about your academic journey, how far you have come, the processes and academic journey that you have come, and why you feel that the admission in their university will be a major contribution to where you are going to. So the major content in your motivational letter should be about your past experience, your current actions, and your future plan. So you need to link all of this together on how the university will be a major contribution to your life. That is how you write a motivational letter. So please avoid writing generic motivational letter. Financial planning is one of the major factors that you want to consider in your admission process. But the mistake that students make is that they only focus on getting an admission. Studying is not only about paying tuition fees. There are other expenses that you need to also chest. Let me put it that way. If you are planning to study abroad, do not forget that your visa application is there. If you're someone that comes from a third world country or in a country where you settle one or two people, that fee, you also have to include it. If you understand what I mean, even if you are doing it yourself, definitely there are people that you need to settle. Do not forget as well that your flight expenses is there. Another one, you also need to remember that you have living expenses when you arrive into your country. And for that one, you need to plan for at least 3 months. At least you need to have something that can sustain you for 3 months. This would be that if you arrive to a country and you are yet to stand on your feet for the next 3 months, you have something that you can use to pay your rent, feed yourself, and even look nice. And one of the major questions that I ask you when we are having a consultation or when you are asking me about study abroad is I ask, what is your budget? What is your budget? For those of you that we've had consultations and you've interacted with me on a deeper level, you understand what I am talking about in this particular mistake. Financial planning is an integral part of your study abroad. You don't need to make that mistake. I was talking with somebody, they arrived to UK for admission. And when they arrived to UK for admission, they failed to plan for housing. They failed to plan for housing. The only thing is that they paid the partial tuition payment of the university, and they do not even understand that the country has a requirement of working hours. Now, they are homeless. The little change they have is just something to buy bread and to get by. These are mistakes that could have been avoided if there are proper planning. Because it is not only paying your tuition fee that you need to also calculate other expenses. So a lot of students I've seen make this major mistake. I call it a major mistake because it's something that has to do with your well-being. So please and please, plan your finances properly when you are traveling abroad. As a matter of fact, take out your tuition fee from the budget. It's not part of it. Just take it out. It's not your money. You've given that to the university. So you want to focus on your living expenses, how much you need to survive. It is a major part. So please, and please, avoid bad financial planning. Straight into the 5th point that I have for you in this video. I want you to click on the subscribe button and also click on the notification bell so that whenever I post videos like this, you'll be notified about my latest updates and you can get latest insights from this channel. The 5th thing that I want to share with you in this video is preparing for life after arrival. If you have been following this channel very well, very closely, you see that there are some videos that I have dropped about life after you arrive abroad. There are a lot of things that will happen to you when you arrive. And the ability for you to test these things and still be able to stand strong is very important. You need to understand that arrival is not the finish line. It is the starting point. You need to register your address because you need to be registered as somebody living in wherever you are living. So you need to understand that if you're somebody that arrived with a visa, you need to understand that that visa is not what you will continue to use. You need to change it to a TC or TRP. Depending on the country that you are, there is what they call it. So you need to understand that you need to change it. If you're somebody that came in with cash, you've changed your currency from Bureau de Change and the rest like that. When you come in, you need to understand that you need to find a bank account to open. There are a lot of things that you need to do when you arrive. But the major thing is that you need to be emotionally grounded. You need to be emotionally grounded. To know more about how to prepare for life after arrival, I would encourage you to watch my video, this one. Watch this one that is suggesting to you right now. It will help you to prepare for life after arrival because a lot of things will happen to you. A lot. I don't want to go too deep into what will happen to you when you arrive. So watch that video. It is very important. So you see that I have mentioned 5 things that you need to avoid in your 2026 applications. That if you are able to take these 5 things into consideration, you will see that before March, I want to assure you this. If you are able to put this thing into consideration, before March, you already have an admission letter. Yes, you already have an admission letter. But that is for those that listens and abide. Also, if you feel that you want to have a one-on-one conversation, please, you can also reach out to me. We'll schedule a consultation where we discuss your plans and goals in details so that we can give you a clear path towards achieving your goal of moving abroad. If you're finding it hard on where to start your application, I will encourage you to watch this video. It will help you to fashion where you can start your application process. If you have any questions or anything that you feel is not clear enough for you, I encourage you to drop it in the comment section. And I do my best to answer to all the comments in the comment sections. Once again, I want to say thank you for watching this video to this point, and do not forget to click the subscribe button. I remain Kingsley Okorie, and I will see you again in my next video.